I just got out of seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and oh my goodness, is it amazing. I know I don't really do reviews, and that's not really a thing I do, but I'm gonna make it a thing where if I really like a movie, I'm gonna make a review, and this is the first one. So, I'm not a reviewer, so if I'm bad at this, whatever. Let's get with the review. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails reunite to battle Shadow, a mysterious new enemy with powers unlike anything they've faced before. With their abilities outmatched in every way, they seek out an unlikely alliance to stop Shadow and protect the planet. Again, this movie was I'm still speechless. Like, this movie was so good. If you have seen the previous two movies, you're gonna love this movie. This is the best easily out of the three. It was very good. It was very good. I don't want to get anyone's hype up too much, but it was really good. There are a couple negatives I do want to talk about, so let's get that out of the let's do pros first. I'm going to do pros first. So, again, movie visually stunning. Looks great. Every character, every CGI character, they're real. I don't know what to tell you. They look perfect in the world. They look great. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, they're all good. They all look great. Even Shadow, especially Shadow, our new character. Shadow looks amazing. I was never a huge Shadow guy. I've played Sonic games. I've played Sonic games. I'm a Sonic fan. I wouldn't call myself a huge Sonic fan, but I'm a Sonic fan. And I thought Shadow was just fine. No. Shadow is so cool. Like, after this movie, I see why everybody loves Shadow. Shadow is so sick. In every single frame of this movie, Shadow looks amazing. Shadow is easily the coolest character. But yes, it looks stunning. I know a lot of people have complained about the humor of this movie, and it kind of breaks with the tension, which I'll get with in a second. But I thought the humor was pretty good. Again, Sonic is a very witty character. He cracks a joke every like 5 seconds. That's just who he is. But most of my laughs have actually come from Robotnik and his grandpa, Gerald Robotnik, which are both played by my favorite actor, Jim Carrey, by the way. And they did a fantastic job. Like, I guess he did a fantastic job since he played both. But still, he is what got me laughing through the entire movie. It's fantastic. I don't want to spoil anything because this is a spoil-free review, but there was a dance scene between the both of them. Oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing ever. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not gonna be like edgy and dark and stuff because like they're dancing here." But come on, that was hilarious. That was so funny. But yeah, this movie has great jokes with Jim Carrey's characters. There was even a fourth wall break in there, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, humor great. The story, actually, the Sonic movies aren't really known for their story, but the story was pretty good. If you liked Sonic Adventure 2, you're gonna like this movie. Oh yes, one more pro that I would like to talk about. The third act of this movie. Jaw drop. Down. I went to go see this movie with 3 of my friends, and we were all we talked to each other every now and then during the movie, but when this part stopped, we were all just like, bah. Like, it was crazy. It was basically just a giant anime fight. It was just an anime fight. I don't know what to tell, my brain is still melting. It was crazy. I do have negatives, however. I do have a couple negatives. One of my negatives is that the tension gets kind of interrupted by the humor, which does kind of stink, but again, it's a family movie, so like I can't expect that to be too big of a problem. Like, an emotional moment would happen and it would get interrupted by, again, something funny that Jim Carrey did, which, again, I love Jim Carrey, but I feel like some of the emotional points didn't hit as hard because it was immediately followed by a funny moment. So I did think that was a negative. Another negative, I'm pretty sure both of my negatives have been said by a lot of people, but I mean, again, the best parts of this movie are contradicted by a couple of the worst parts of the movie. Keanu Reeves as Shadow does a good job for the most part, but there are a few lines that he says that fell kind of flat to me. I don't really know how to explain it, but they didn't hit as hard as they should have hit. They didn't put enough emotion into those lines. But again, those are my only negatives for this movie. This movie was really good, and if you are a fan of Sonic whatsoever, get in the theater as soon as possible and watch that movie. And if you're not a fan of Sonic, I still think you'll really like this movie. So for Sonic 3, critically, I'm going to give this movie an A-, and just as a normal audience member, I'm giving it an S. This movie was really good and probably one of my favorites of the year. Thank you for watching, and I don't want to do a spoiler review. I just want to do spoiler free. Stay there for those post-credit scenes. One is just, yay, cool, whoop-de-doo. And then the other post-credit scene actually blew my mind. Like, I actually kind of yelled in the theater, not gonna lie. So stay in the theater after the movie if you're seeing the movie. Please. It is amazing.